I'm curious, how have you been involving general contractors and owners in the sharing of the information? Do you guys put them on the system? Do you share alerts? Do you share reports? Maybe you could touch on that a little bit.
The benefit is we're not inundating them with information when everything's okay, but it does give us that record to deal with the issues that do arise. We actually had a project in Houston here not too long ago when Houston got hit by the last storm. We had a sensor on site, and that real-time ability to tell that they had lost acclimation, we actually had it on the schedule for our crew to go down and start the installation the following week.
Sure.
we may not have had we may not have received that information from the GC in time to change our scheduling with the sensor on site. We were able to see it basically immediately that their site conditions had changed dramatically because they did lose power.
Wow. So an observation like that probably saved you how much? If you had to send a team there and they couldn't work, what would that have really cost you?
Well, it saved us sending our field superintendent on basically a 7-hour round trip plus the time he's on site. It also allowed us to reschedule our crew so that they didn't end up sitting, because it gave us a couple extra days lead time of knowing that there was an issue.
Yeah.
And so we were able to reallocate that crew to a different project, change our schedule around so we didn't have that lapse in our schedule.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's great to hear. We hear similar stories across the country almost monthly like that.
In the conversation that you were having with Jason, I did set up one of our general contractors, one of our larger general contractors in the school market. I had mentioned it to him actually last September. I had talked to him about this product and we had started using it, but this spring I had to meet him on a job site. And the first thing I did is I just instantly emailed him a report straight from a sensor.
Sure.
From my phone. I pulled it up on my phone, and while he's standing there, I emailed it to him. And then the next time I saw him, I said, "You know what? By the way, I've added your email address into the Floorcloud sensor. So if you'll just download this app, you can pull the information up on this site." And we talked about the value that's going to bring him even outside the flooring industry. So oftentimes they're surprised
Yeah.
when they realize that the AC went off Friday evening and was off the entire weekend.
Yep.
They had no clue.
Yeah,
So,
that's really interesting because when we started the company, we interviewed a lot of general contractors and found that they really said more or less the same thing that you just said. They didn't really have accurate information 24/7. They're not really trying to be difficult. They want a
no,
great quality installation just like
right,
anybody.
right.
Um, and that was a big reason we proceeded with building out the company, because we heard from enough GCs that, yeah, if you could get us great, objective, reliable information, it's more power that we have to make better decisions.